Hey everybody, back one more time for today. I mentioned in my last video that we got another new order in. It was penny black, and I knew you all would want to see what we got. We got restocked on some of the beautiful things from the Happy Bliss release, or from the Bliss release. Got a few other new items in, and I also want to mention to you about their brand new release. We'll do that at the very end. So let me show you what I got in. We got back in some of their clear sentiment sets. You know my feelings about the penny black clear sentiment sets. You can never go wrong with these. They're always the perfect finishing touch to your card. This particular set is called Faith. You can see that it has various faith sentiments and some Bible verses on it. And this one here is called Happy Thoughts. And I like these because these have some larger sentiments on them. A lot of times theirs are a little bit smaller, but these are some nice large sentiments. And this one is called Happy Wishes. And you will see some of these on some samples that I'm going to show you in just a minute. These are a few new sets that we got in. They are from the Bliss release, but we did not have them in before. This is one that I really like a lot. It's called Fragrant Flowers, and it has some really nice images on it, the butterfly and birds, and then some flowers. This one is called Feathery, and I have plans for this one for our second penny black florals class that is coming up the very beginning of May. I have a couple of samples done for that already, and my plans are to use this one for a third card in that one. Also thought these little girls were absolutely adorable. This one is called Whispers, and you can see the little ballerinas are sitting there, and it looks like she's telling her a secret. We did get in a few dies this time. This one is called Cattail Click, and we have plans for this one for a Father's Day card, maybe a make and take or another class, so watch for that to come up. This one is called Happy Bliss, and this is just some fun kind of dandelion looking flowers, and you can see the two little birds up there on top of it. These are some that we had in last time, and I have some card samples to show you. This one is called First Waltz, these beautiful tulips. And you may recall that we did this as our make and take a couple of weeks ago. Very, very simple. We used distress stains to do it, and couldn't be easier, and gives you a beautiful result. This has probably turned out to be one of my favorite floral stamps from this release. It is called First Blush. And it looks like, it could be dogwoods or other kind of flowering trees. We are going to be doing this card in our Penny Black Florals class tomorrow. There you can see I've used one of the sentiments from the Faith set. But in our class coming up in May, this is the same stamp, and look how different it looks. I love the fact that you can take one stamp and get a really different look out of it. And again, this sentiment is also from the Faith Clear set. In our class tomorrow, we are doing this card here, and this uses Awaken. And I really like this one because of how different it looks, because of the technique that we did from the image that you see on here. Watch for this in a class next month. I think maybe in Simply Cards, Mana is going to use that, a completely different look in that class. And here we have one using this stamp called Gladsome. And this is kind of part of their coloring series of stamps, and you can see that that would be a great one to color in. But this time I did an emboss resist technique with it, and then I used the Ken Oliver color bursts on that one. And again, you can see that is a sentiment from the Happy Wishes, as well as that sentiment on there. This is a little bit older penny black stamp. It is called Poppy Time. Mana is going to be using this one in a really fun card in an upcoming class, so I thought I would get some of those back in. This one I meant to go grab a sample from it, but you may recall we have used this one called Into the Sky many, many times. We did a card late last year where we used it coming down like that with some distress stains, but we also used it in a watercolor class to just provide a little bit of background interest. Another card that's going to be in our second Penny Black Florals class is this one right here, and this one uses the Magnolia Rhapsody. And Mana is going to be using this in a make and take, a completely different technique with that. This is more of a watercolor technique, but hers will be a completely different technique. All right, a couple fun new ones. These are some little small clear sets, and I think this dog is just absolutely adorable. Look at that face on him. And then it has the sentiment there, treat. And we also have this cute little couple that are kissing. This one is called Kisses for My Sweet. That would make a cute anniversary card. This here is called Nature's Borders, and wait until I show you a sample of this because I think you're going to be surprised how cool this really looks. I mean, it's just a very thin little border die, but I have a sample in the catalog that I can show you with that. And finally, our beach and underwater dies from Memory Box have been so popular that I thought you all might appreciate this fancy fish die from Penny Black. Those are so much fun. All right, let me show you a couple of samples from the Bliss catalog. There you can see that Nature's Borders, how they've used that down the side of the card. Isn't that really interesting? I just think that is fantastic. Next up, here is one with the cattails. I think what we're going to do is more of a silhouette of it against a bright background, so watch for that coming up. There is a fun card using the little fishies. And let's see if I can get over here. There is one using this stamp here, the Happy Bliss. I also can see that one being white embossed and doing a fun watercolor background, you know, or just any colored background using white embossing as a resist. And finally, there's a sample using the little Whispers stamp set. So, I also want to mention that Penny Black has a brand new release that has just come out. I don't have anything from that release in here because I had already ordered when that release came out. But this one is called Celebrate, and you can see the catalog and all the items in it if you go to the Penny Black website. And it has dies, and it's not a huge release. Love those kitty cats. And it also has some stamps, some new florals, some new sentiments in this set. So you might want to go check that out on the Penny Black website. And if there is anything you would like to order, just let me know. I'll probably be putting an order in pretty soon, and we can get some of the items from this release. All right, that is all that I have for you this evening. It's time for me to close up. I need to set up for class for tomorrow morning, and then I am out of here. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and enjoy the rest of your week. We hope that you'll stop by and see us sometime this week, and we'd love to see you soon. Have a good evening. Good night.